Checking, is this thing on? Welcome to the Daily What Ifs. Well, here we are back for once again here on the Daily What Ifs program. Thank you all for attending with me this evening. Well, there's a lot of news, a lot of chatter going on with the alien narrative. Once again, they can't get any more propaganda and nonsense. Why not? But tonight, today, or wherever you are when you're watching this video, we're going to be talking about the tall, white, hybrid aliens. Walk among us. The tall, white, hybrid aliens walk among us. Say it's not so, Brian. Say it's not so. Well, I really don't know. But I do know an account that I will share with you after this few little plug-ins of information station here on the Daily What Ifs channel here, Visual Disturbance channel. But I just want to thank you all for being here. Let's get into it. Oh, before I get into it, got an announcement. I'm really excited about this one for some reason. So, got an announcement. I just want to welcome everybody out there in the humanity side of things, not AI, but the humanity side of things. If you're a podcaster or you have interest in similar things that Visual Disturbance has interest in, hit me up on the email at the very bottom of the description of this description box of this video, because I'd love to have you on as a guest speaker. I'm opening it up to special guest Tuesdays here on Visual Disturbance channel. So if you want to jump on the Visual Disturbance channel, I'm welcoming guests. Email me, dropping me an email, and give me some opportunity to get to it. It might take me a little bit, but it's there for you to check out if you want to jump on the Visual Disturbance, have a conversation, and a cup of coffee with me that's digitally glitching out in the Matrix. So with that being said, let's get into it. Have y'all heard this news? I've been kind of contemplating talking about it, in the background, some other platforms and what have you. But Congressman Eric Burlison, Burlison says he's relating to the presidential, let's just say, Mr. Trump. Supposedly was briefed on about the tall white hybrid aliens that walk among us, known as Nordics or the Palladians. And whatever sending the Greys are thousands of years ahead of us. Say it's not so. Come on now, is the Greys android aliens from an interdimensional gateway with the time travel machine, teleportation machine where you pierce the veil? Say it's not so, Brian. Say it's not Stranger Things. Say it's not so. Well, when it talks about the biblical narrative and you talk about Ephesians 6 verse 12, look at that when you get an opportunity, because it talks about dominions and principalities. So if you haven't been following the channel for a long period of time, go back and check out when it comes to the biblical narrative. But yeah, Genesis 6 too, I would throw in the mix, that we are living in the Twilight Zone, and we all are just living to be living in some cases. But this program and these, let's just say these broadcasts, I love doing them, the Daily What Ifs, because I like to take a deep dive. I like to take a deep dive in this stuff, so let's get back into it. So Eric Burlison revealed on X that David Grush gave the briefing to Mr. Trump, claiming that the Nordics, the tall whites, are a few hundred years ahead of human technology and can easily blend in our society. Right? I mean, come on. Crazy stuff. But I found this video online, and I want to share it with you guys. So it's an interview here with Mr. Eric Burlison, and let's see what he has to say. It's just clips of the interview, but let's just see what this gentleman has to say about the Greys and the Nordic aliens. So we'll be right back.
That the Nordic people or the Nordic aliens are like a few hundred years more advanced than we are, but they're not super advanced. They're not like, he said, the Greys, whatever is sending the Greys is extremely advanced, like thousands and thousands of years more advanced than us, because it's doing all the anti-gravity stuff, all the crazy, all this crazy stuff that's very highly advanced. And a lot of it is what he says with the Greys is psionic. So they basically don't have physical interfaces. They're using their mind, and that there's an interface that picks up thought, and then
Whoa, 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 whoa. I just want to pause right there real quick. Did y'all see that slide just a minute ago in this video? Let me just show that to you real quick. Y'all know what's going on over there in the East. Iran says tall white space aliens control America. I just seen this not too long ago, and I thought it was interesting. It was embedded into this video here, video clip. So, Iran says tall white space aliens control America. There's a gentleman that's online that's getting a lot of exposure here lately, and he says, this is how he says it. Well, there's just going to be some, things come out of the ground. Very soft-spoken individual. I'm not making fun of him or anything. He's just got a really calm tone about him. Very relaxed. Every time you see him on a video, he's super calm. I'm not making fun of him in any shape or form. He's just super calm. And, here I am all like hypersensitivity, like, like we're talking about these topics. And it's like some of these men and women are like, hello. They're really calm, and I'm over here like, it's going to be the invasion of the fallen angels, and it just, some people's demeanor are just so much different. Welcome to humanity. Everybody is so different, each individual, and God has made you so special, you know what I mean? So, the gentleman was named Chris Bledsoe, and he's very calm and collective, and he said he's claiming that there's something under the ground. And how many times have I said on the Visual Disturbance channel, folks, that there's always something under the ground that these folks want? Like, I'm talking about the elite, the elitist, they want technological advancements. I mean, it's every time, right? It's every single time. It makes me it blows my mind to have this, like, it's not even like conspiracy anymore. It's legitimate. They're finding ancient artifacts, different things that go bump in the night. I mean, here we are, folks. And I'll say this real quick. They're not going to nuke this land, because if they did, it would destroy the structural of the ground, soil, and everything and make it not inhabitable. And the stuff that's under the ground is what they need. So, I digress. Let's get back into it. But yeah, Chris Bledsoe, he says there's something under the ground. Well, guess what? Visual Disturbance have said it for many years, that a lot of these archaeology sites are an ancient powder keg of fallen angel technology. The advanced Palladians, the advanced Nordics. Come on, folks. It's getting insane out there, right? Come on. It's insane. Let's get back in the video.
That and that's how they operate these vehicles, is out of psionic. But the Nordic people somewhat resemble humans, and they have been experimenting with crossbreeding with humans. And he says some of them, that there are aliens that are crossbreeds living in the world. And I asked him, I go, okay, do they know that they're a crossbreed, or do they, like, how would you know that they are a crossbreed? And he didn't have an answer for that. Like, he didn't know if they knew what, but he said that the briefings he's had talked about them. And he said when Trump was briefed on this topic, because Trump finally had a briefing, and he was in the middle of impeachment, like he was in the middle of being impeached. So he's going through that, and then he had like this existential briefing that just kind of rocked his worldview. He joked in the briefing, whenever they said that there are these half-breeds, he joked that Adam Schiff must be one of them. And so, yeah, Nifty Schiff is an alien, half-breed.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that, but hey, with that last little plug in. But yeah, guys and folks out there, ladies and gentlemen, we are living in the Twilight Zone. Living in it. Well, here's my 2 cents and my $45 worth. I don't even know where that came from, but hello, welcome to the Daily What Ifs. Do y'all know I read, and I think I mentioned it on many programs and many shows I've done. I've mentioned certain books. We talk about topography. We talk about the maps, right? All in the same there. And then you talk about different things of the nature of Kentucky. Well, let me just tell you a story real quick. Did you guys know that in I'm pretty sure it's a Lewis Collins book, that the referencing of the Indian Native American culture was learning the arts, learning the history of things that are not even, that precede their culture. And that was in that book, talking about that they was learning astrology, the constellations, right? Astronomy, different things that not needed into the human hunter-gatherer world. But these things was literally laid out on a platter when we talked about giants of the earth in those days. Well, these individuals supposedly was documented in the Lewis Collins book in Kentucky, talk about these tall whites, these tall white individuals that came and taught Native Americans these certain arts and certain ways to write in different languages and worshiping the sun and different cosmological things. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Where are we at, folks? Where are we at? So yeah, Tall White's Lewis Collins book, my goodness, you can't make this stuff up. And it literally defines him as very tall in stature. What in the world? And they even said they was thin, like a skinnier shape of a body frame, of anatomy. Now, whoa. So you're asking yourself, what's going on, Brian? Well, that was like documented like the 1800s, okay? The 1900s. So around the 1800s, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So if you look at that and you really focus and logistically think about it, I know I did a show with Mr. David Carrico one time, and we talked about the land back in the 1800s. They had these tall white creatures, these tall light grays that could emanate a laser-like beam that come out of their stomach. And supposedly the government went to war with them in the woods. That's the claim, okay? Don't hold me to that. That's the claim, though. So something's going on. Something's going on in them woods. And Phil Schneider was a huge candidate as far as what he had his testimony and told the world what happened to him. And I think it's one and the same of what we're referring to here tonight, today, and this morning, wherever you are in this crazy world. I'm thinking this right here, we have some tall grays, we got the little grays, we got the Palladians, the Nordics, and supposedly they're blending into our society. So riddle that one, folks. What's going on? What is your all's take? Comment below. If you get an opportunity, check out the ConspiracyCon Facebook, conspiracycon.com. Tickets are still on sale. Get an opportunity to meet me. It'd be a blessing to meet you guys. So we'll be there at Cave City, Kentucky, the 26th to 23rd in August 2025. So, yeah, there we are. So, yeah, like I said at the beginning of the program, welcoming a lot of people out there. Just email me if you would like to be interviewed and tell your testimony on the Visual Disturbance channel, because I'd love to see you on here and we can talk about these things that make your skin crawl. But yeah, what's your all's take about this claim with this Congressman Eric Burlison? What's going on with this gentleman? I've seen him on a bunch of podcasts. I've seen him on a bunch of different things. But you can't make this stuff up. I read the documents. They have teleportation devices, and then all of a sudden, a little smoke, a little puff pops up, and then all of a sudden the grays start showing up. You can't make this stuff up. What is it? What's really going on here? We are being cultivated. I don't even know if I should even use the word cultivated. Our brains are being cultivated for a long time, like tilling like a tiller in the bluegrass state, and our brains have been miscombobulated and bamboozled into believing that we are not human or whatever. But here's this hybridization program that's been going on since the day of the fall, and you can go look this up, and it went along with the Genesis 6 verse 4 narrative. When the sons of God made with the daughters of men, the sons of God took the women as they chose, and in some cases they took them by force. So you have to ask yourself a question. Are you willing just to say, oh, this is nothing, this is all figurative language when it comes to biblical terminology? It talks about Ephesians 6 verse 12, and then in Hosea 4:6 it says, my people will perish for the lack of knowledge. Well, we are, and that's paraphrasing, by the way, we are perishing for the lack of knowledge because we are being gaslit and, let's just say, pushed into something that we do not want to be part of. Let's just say that. Because I don't know about you guys out there, but it seems very, very out of the ordinary here lately. Very strange. 2025 is very strange. And I don't know about you guys, but the tall white alien hybridization program, whatever's going on, folks, the three-letter agencies know about it. The governments know about it. We don't know. but I'm being soft-hearted here on this Daily What Ifs program. But big shout out to Eric Burleson for bringing this data out. And what do you think about Trump? Do you think, guys, here's a question. Do you think Trump knows about it? Do you think he's really been briefed? Because it's all over X. It's all over it. Do you think he's really been briefed in this? Do you think that, according to the Iran account, do you think that the tall white space aliens control America? What's going on here? What kind of propaganda and gaslighting and spiritually draining situation are we in right now? For real. Where you can't tell which end is which, and we're propagating fallen angels. In the days of old Job, in old Job days, he'd be like, that's just nothing. That's just a giant or an alien, or he wouldn't say alien. See, that's just another word that's been a human construct of what we've brought up in this mankind realization. Back then, they'd be like, that's an angel, that's a fallen angel, or they would just come out and say it, whatever their language was, right? At the time, it didn't matter what civilization. They knew what they was. Here we are, we're like, yeah, they're aliens from other planets. Well, I don't know about you guys, but this old Kentucky boy is getting a little cray-cray with it. A little cray-cray, because I'm not believing what I'm hearing. But when it comes to this Eric or Burleson commentary here, it'll make you go, and it makes you wonder what's really going on. But with that being said, it's a short one today. I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for being part of the Visual Disturbance community. Like, share, push this thing out in the algorithms. Follow me on X, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, follow me on the description box below. Help me out here at the Visual Disturbance community. Help this old Kentucky boy out. And follow us on all the other platforms that I'm associated with. I really would appreciate it. But keep an eye on the tall whites. The tall white hybridization. It makes you think that we're in our They Live Remix 2.0 version from the 1980s. So, folks, keep it fresh, keep it real. Stay away from the cray-cray meal. You know what I'm talking about. When the little spray make you go cray-cray. And keep your head on a swivel. And watch out for the Greys, the Nordics. In the 1,000 years, the hybrid humans that are 1,000 years ahead of us. I mean, come on, folks. How much more can we handle? How much more? And I don't know, and this is a daily what ifs, and I will say this before I leave. I'm ranting here. But what if, before I go, what if this is real? What if? And I will just leave that to you guys to come up with a conclusion on that. But what if this is real? And what if it's not? Comment below. Let me know what you think about it. Share this thing out. Thank you for being part of the Visual Disturbance community. We will be back once again. But until next time, Visual Disturbance, I am out of here. See you on the next Daily What Ifs.